Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from wisdomseekers.net, and we're here today for Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for February 2nd to the 9th, 2020. I love saying 2020. I don't know why. It sort of rolls off the tongue. So the first card I pulled, I'm not going to use the first card I pulled. I'm going to use this. The last card I pulled is Finding Your Balance as the first card because it fits better. So finding your balance, this is what this week is going to be all about, I suspect. And since people have not been finding their balance very well, let's just see what we can find out. So the first card is a really good card, actually. The Emperor. And the Emperor by himself can be rigid and kind of destructive. With his mate, he learns to be giving and kind and caring. So the card that covers him, it's not actually his mate, but it is a female. So their female energy is there. So that means the king this week is kind and caring and supportive, like a father image, a good father image. So what covers it is the Queen of Pentacles, and Witch. And anybody who's been living through this time and has any idea, when I say this time, I mean the last few days, has any idea about energy, you know something new is coming down. So, and I'm getting all the signs. It's another big shift. And yes, it used to be months and years apart, but now they're days apart. And it's going to continue that way until it doesn't, basically. My daughter asked me a couple of weeks ago, how long is this shift going to last? I said, another 50 years. Well, it's probably more than 50 years, but the drama part of it, 50 years. The part that's intense, like what we've got, I'm not sure. It could be 4 or 5 more years until it sort of ease off and we get a little less intensity. I can't actually predict that, mostly because it depends on us. It depends on how fast we choose to go through it. Depends on how fast we allow the energies to shift and change. Okay, but no, we're coming to an end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle, new knowledge, new information coming in. And what does that do for a few of us, some of us, all of us? It gives us 9 of Swords, and that's a very harsh card. In my book, personally, I think the 9 of Swords is the most painful card in the deck. I'd rather have the Tower over the card, the 9 of Swords, because the 9 of Swords is you just feel like there's nothing you can do. But the positive thing about it is when you get to the bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up, as long as you realize you have that option of going up. If you don't realize it, then it really makes life very, very difficult. So what's happening probably around today and with your right now is the 8 of Wands. So we went from the deep down, oh my God, I can't handle it, to, oh yeah, this is great, we've got it. Things are shifting and changing. A little bit like a manic depressive, unfortunately, up and down, right? But we're not. So remember that. It's the energy, it comes down deep and slides up. And I don't know the terminology, but I think they call it a trough for water and waves. And then we come up to the top again. Hang on to your grounding. Don't lose your grounding. And if you can get into grounding from this space, you have it. You're safe. And what's coming up for you very shortly is, because it's a week, right? We're only a week. That's all we can handle at a time, is 1 week at a time, one footstep at a time. Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is you've put in the effort, you've put in the work, you've done everything, and now it's time to reap the reward. It is not an ending card. It is a let's take a deep breath card, but that's all it is, because there's still more change, there's still more to come, but at least we can see what it's going to be like. And the card that comes after that is the Seven of Pentacles, which is, again, reaping the rewards after putting in the effort. This is more of an ending card, but it's only an ending for the energy that you have just left. It is not the end. It is not the end of everything. It would be really nice if it was. So we have next is the Judgment. And the Judgment card, this is a support card for the week. The Judgment card is a card of pulling yourself out of the dark into the light. And it's not somebody else doing it for you. It's you doing it for yourself. You decided to make a change. You decided to put yourself in a position where you can learn. And as you can see, balance. I'm very dexterous today. As you can see, finding balance. That is the whole theme of the week, because things are shifting and changing so much, you don't have a choice. And they have thrown in a little bit of bring it up from the subconscious. Oh, joy. Because that's what we've been hiding from for weeks and years and eons of time in some cases, depending on what you're dealing with or not dealing with. And the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups, it's not a bad card, actually. It's just a card of frustration, because you know there's a way out, but you're just not sure how to find it yet. And I'm going to stop it there or here, because this is a good card to end on. It's Three of Cups. This is a week. Well, I think this is a week where the waves are choppy. You go down, you go up, you go down, you go up, but you get to celebrate. So celebrate as much as possible. Stay in balance. Stay grounded. And then the trick to it all is change your focus. Change what you believe is the right way of doing things. Change how you think about life, and you will be amazed. Literally, you will be amazed at how, if you change your focus, change what you believe, that it might be so much simpler for you. Okay? So, well, it looks like we've got people on. Hi, how are you? I hope everybody's fine. Just 1 minute, Jen. There's porridge in the oven.
It's on your side of the table.
Yeah, okay. So my daughter's just come home quickly for between classes.
Moon Feather starts us off with, "Hi ladies, how are you?" Nala P asks, "Is Maria upset about me because I told her that someone used my gallon of milk that I bought?"
Yes, a little bit. Okay, remember, words are mantra. How you use these words will determine a great deal how things, how people react to you. You know, there's ways of saying things, whether they're true or not. You can be always diplomatic, and that will save a lot of energy for you later on down the road. Okay.
Moon Feather asks, "Just wondering what my guides are trying to tell me by showing me so many increments of 7, please and thank you."
Well, honestly, I don't know. If you really want to know, I would, and I tell everybody to do this. Google, because I don't do numbers. I know a little bit about numbers, but I don't know a lot. It just, as a general rule, it means that you're definitely on the right track. But like I said, I don't know. Google is your best friend for that.
Moonfeather, or just read her. Champagne C says, "Hey, Elisha and Elle." Zulami R asks, "Will my ex Jose reach out in March?"
I don't think he's in a rush to reach out, honestly. I know you asked if he's going to reach out in February. I'm still getting that he's not really keen on reaching out right now. If you're waiting for him, don't go out and find somebody or something. Do something that's good for you. Keep yourself busy. Enjoy your life. I mean, you're sitting there waiting for a guy. Just think about how much time you're wasting. Go out and do something. Okay.
Nancy W asks, "Is my A1C going down maybe by a lot?"
You're hoping it will. I'm going to tell you again. You can buy a cheap machine at Walmart. You can, don't guess, find out. Because and I've said this many times, I am not a medical intuitive. I am a psychic. I really am not comfortable giving medical intuitions, because it's not my thing. And it doesn't cost a lot. I mean, I think you can get them really cheap, like $20 at Walmart, at least in the States, not in Canada, but you can buy them. You can buy them on Amazon, and I do know they're not expensive. It is safer to know than to go on somebody like my advice. I may have a really good track record. Doesn't mean I'm 100% correct. It does mean that a machine can tell you the truth right up front. And it's probably to your benefit to try that over listening to me. I do believe your A1 is going down. I do believe you're working really hard on it. And I do believe that it's that you're starting to get things under control. But don't trust me. The machines are built to tell you all these things and give you accurate advice. Okay?
Malapelle says, "Hi, Elisha and Elle." Champagne C asks, "Can we please get an update on my situation? Ugh, I haven't slept too good last night. Thanks, Elisha."
Well, he's definitely up and about today. Does feel like his head hurts a little bit. I actually think he went to, you said he works. I actually think he went to a job. And he's not thinking too much. But he's, you want to know whether he's thinking about talking to you? No, he's not. Not yet. Not by a long shot. His feelings are hurt. And you know, when feelings are hurt, it's not a good idea to talk, actually. Okay.
Miriam M asks, "Hi, any spiritual experience from my spirit guides?" Experience, yeah, I read that right.
I'm not sure how to answer that one. Let me see if I can figure out what you mean. Or maybe your guides know. Okay. So, dogs are playing. Sorry about that. They would actually like you to do some experiencing. And it seems that, okay, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't know if this is a place where you can do anything like this or not where you live. But they're suggesting that you go out and experience a sweat. If you can do a sweat lodge or something like that, I think that would be a very good. They think that would be a very good experience, or also a. I don't know. It's got something to do with feathers, and then waving. Hello, baby. Go away. And waving feathers around in your aura or something. I have no idea. I've never seen anything like that. But if there's something spiritual you could attend that would work on cleansing your energy or cleansing your aura, that would be a really great experience, is what they're suggesting. Okay.
All right, where am I? Okay, Malapella asks, how do you see me and Gemini's relationship in the coming months?
Well, unfortunately, Gemini has a tendency to be scared of everything. At least that's what I'm picking up. He does have a tendency to kind of hide a little bit, and he knows he's got a good thing, but at the same time he's finding reasons why it won't be a good thing. Not that he's right. In fact, but the word that comes to mind is insecure, unsure, and he doesn't trust himself. So if you have the potential to sit down and have a really good talk with him, do that. But other than that, I'm thinking if something else comes along, you let him know that you are not going to sit and wait for him, because he's taking advantage of the fact that you love him, and he's not doing enough, honestly, to deserve the rep. He's not doing enough to deserve the term boyfriend, and he's got reasons, but they're just excuses. They're actually just excuses. His reasons are not valid. So I would honestly sit down and talk to the guy and say, "Hey, enough is enough. And there's no reason to be scared." And I'd say that to him because he's had plenty of time, and the truth is, he's just in fear. So I think I think it's up to you to make it happen or not happen. And honestly, it's just fear on his part. But you can't stop him from being afraid. He's the only one that can stop him from being afraid. Okay.
Barbara Spellman asks, if my ex-J had anything to say to me, what would it be?
I haven't checked, but as a general rule, when they're exes and you ask that question, you don't really want to know what they're thinking. But I will ask. Well, he's still not happy. He still blames. There's a lot of blame in there, and he blames you. That doesn't mean it is you. There's a lot of people, I've especially immature people, always blame other people for what's happening. They always have faults to find. So at this moment, he is not open. He's not willing to talk, and he does believe it's your fault that the relationship didn't survive. It doesn't matter what happened. If he's immature, he's always going to blame someone else for what happened than himself. Okay.
Angel Wings asks, will I get my lump sum refund from disability anytime soon?
I can't remember. I think I said it would be probably before the 15th of February last time. And you still got a ways to go. They don't give you, governments don't give you or things like that until they absolutely have to. They try to keep the money as long as they can, so that they can keep the interest and stuff like that. It's a little closer than last time.
Lily Guild asks, hey, I think I had a dream about Hendrix when I was 7 before I met him. Was it about Hendrix? Because I don't remember what the guy from the dream looked like. Hendrix told me that he had a dream about me before he met me.
Very likely. It feels like what you dreamt about was indeed Hendrix.
Positive for Life asks, hi, late last night I got a random phone call from my college and no one said anything. Were my guides giving me a hint that I will be hearing good news about getting my acceptance letter soon? Thanks.
I believe so.
She also adds, it was 8 p.m. and the college was closed. LOL.
That's crazy.
Do you have more to add?
Well, it's not about the school, but just to know that that events like that are going to continue to follow you throughout until you choose to pick up your mantle of you have a psychic spiritual gift, and they're telling me that until you pick up your mantle or choose to follow what is your spiritual path a little bit more, you're going to have things like this happen all the time, and it's fun, but you're not in control. So basically that's all.
Aparna B asks, hello, Wise Lady and Ella, how are you guys doing? How is February for me?
Actually, February should have an upswing for you, Aparna. I see a little bit more joy and happiness for you, and a little bit more freedom from what you've been doing. So just hang in there, and make sure your mom goes to the doctor, of course. But yeah, by the 15th of February, I think you're going to find that things have improved for you a lot.
Tay Tay asks, hello to you both. What should I look out for the first half of February?
Okay. So the first thing that came to me was watch out that you don't allow yourself to go into a spiral down, and try very hard to keep your energy balanced. That might mean you need to look outside of yourself to mostly I tell people go in, look in, look in. You spend a great deal of yourself time looking in. It might be wise for you to start looking out, and it might be a good idea to find a place where you can volunteer some time. Maybe 4 or 5 hours a week, doesn't matter. But volunteer some time so that that you get to see that your mind has more things to occupy itself with, besides you overthink things a lot. Okay, so think about that very seriously and find something to keep yourself busy, and something that is new, something that you might actually turn into a passion eventually. You might try something, for instance, working with the homeless. You might not you might not realize it, but you have a talent for working with people. And so that might be what you need to do, is just spend some time doing something different. Okay.
Amy Penterman asks, my dear Eliz-sha, can you consult with my guides to ask to why I experienced so much indecision lately? Thank you.
Indecision. Well, part of it is because you're going to be asked to change directions, and part of you knows this and has you're going to take a not a 360 but a 340 change in directions, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And it's very difficult when you haven't got an inkling what that direction's going to be. And the reason you haven't got an inkling is because it hasn't arrived yet, or if it's arrived, you haven't recognized it. And I think it might have arrived, you just haven't recognized it yet. So I'm going to suggest that you sit down and do whatever form of meditation that you do, and ask, or I would recommend simply daydreaming and see where the daydream takes you. Okay.
Power of the P sends $2.99 super chat and says, I wish I could send more, but along with this, I send positivity to you.
Oh, $2.99 is great. Never mind. Don't ever apologize. I appreciate it.
We accept all and any amount of donation, and we appreciate every cent of it.
Yes, we do.
Joy, Peace, and Love asks, hello to you both. What should I look for? What should I look for in the month of February?
What should you look for? That's an interesting question. And the way people phrase things It makes a difference on what I look for, honestly. So hang on, let me see. So what they showed me is a great big open sky, white fluffy clouds blue, behind it with a blue sky, winter blue sky, of course. But down below, there's two parts. There's lake or water, and there's land. And on the lake or water, there is a sailing boat. And in that sailing boat, you look for adventure. Look for lighthearted, joyful adventure. That's what you should look for. And it doesn't have to be on a sailing boat, but from what I've read from people who sail, it is like a peace and freedom on a sailing boat. You know, you get to control the direction. It's almost like you work with the wind and the water, but it is a sense of freedom. So look for freedom, adventure, and lightheartedness and joy in your heart, because I think you spend a lot of time just surviving, and it doesn't. And if you haven't got the wherewithal to go out and do these things, then look for it in your imagination. Imagination is a powerful tool.
Miriam Rashid asks, "Hi, I was wondering if there are any messages from my cousin Michael from the other side."
Michael. Well, your cousin Michael considered you more like a sibling than a cousin, and there's a great deal of empathy and warmth comes from him. And he says something very funny. He says, "We don't want you over here very quickly, okay? So whatever you're doing that's a little dangerous, if you're not looking after your health, or you're not driving carefully or something like that, please be more careful," basically is what he's suggesting. And so Michael appears to be a very lighthearted, happy individual, and he's sort of not bouncy. That's not the right word. He's not all over the place, but he is energetic, and he sends you a great deal of love. Well, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a great deal of love. Okay.
Power of the P says hi. Champagne C says thank you, Eliz-sha. Power of the P adds sending tons of positive energy to you both.
Thank you.
And also anyone who is viewing this.
That's awesome.
Miriam M says thank you. Molly Paula says thank you, Eliz-sha. And L. Power of the P asks, I'm wondering what if what I've been feeling about Jeremy is true, mutual.
I get yes.
Anything else to add, or just yes?
That's all I got was yes. I want to know if it was mutual, and the answer is yes.
No. Jennifer Schwab asks, hello, do my angel guides have any messages for February that I need to know? Thank you.
So one thing that I think you forget occasionally is that And I guess it works for February too, doesn't it? You're greatly loved. And don't forget that you are very well loved. And I think they're not just talking about the physical, they're talking about on their side. So when things feel a little less than wonderful for you, remember it's just here in the physical. It's not a forever thing.
Yasmin Fox asks, "Hey, anything concrete? Any concrete angel advice?" Nothing's concrete.
She wants some advice. I'm sorry. Concrete. I'm not quite sure what that means.
I think anything solid, forever, written in stone. But there's nothing
that never happens.
Forever written in stone. There's too many choices for one specific piece of advice, except expect the unexpected.
Yep. Basically, that's pretty solid. Death, taxes, and change. You can always count on those. So as solid as it gets is as solid as it gets is your guides are always with you. And they always support you. And they love your sense of humor.
Next?
Not quite.
Okay.
And as much as it would be really lovely to give you solid advice, you're in a time, and you chose to come into this time. You chose to be born now, and you knew it was not going to be solid when you chose it. It's not going to. There will not be a time. It will not for a long time be a time when you can choose and know this is solid. It's going to stay that way, and it's not going to change. And that's what your guides are saying. Okay.
Nick Cooley Sibinde asks, "Hello, Eliz-sha. I'd like to know, how does he feel about me?"
Actually, he's probably not as what's the word? He's not as he's not as far gone caring as you are, but he's getting there. He's more aware of you than he was. And things are for you. They're shifting. They're not shifting as fast as you'd like, but they're still shifting, and going in a positive direction. Okay. And he's slowly becoming aware of you the way you would like him to be aware. I can't promise you anything, but he's more aware of you now than he was. Okay.
Estelle asks, "Hello, Eliz-sha. Will I meet my soulmate this year?"
Soulmate? You will meet somebody this year. I can't promise you it's your soulmate. In fact, I doubt it's your soulmate. But you will meet somebody this year, and it will be fun. Okay? Soulmate is still a ways away.
Aparna B says, "Thank you." Baby Maharaj asks, "Hi, ladies, good day. Asking about February. Will I find a job?"
Yes. Just simply got a straight up no, yes.
Igul Fisk asks, "Hi, can I have 3 cards? Thank you."
Sure. I have to move some stuff around because I've been
Playing with wire.
I've been playing with wire. I cannot simply sit and not have my fingers busy. So hang on. Don't really want to get to. Okay, the first card is Nine of Wands. That's protecting or looking after yourself and not necessarily falling in with what other people would like from you to do. And the second one is Major Arcana, so it's very powerful. Allow your inner consciousness, subconscious, to come to the surface. It's how you're going to continue to grow and expand. In your case, it has a lot to do with you becoming a wise woman. And the last card, and you are going to be in that category of wise woman or crone. The crone, it simply means wise woman, actually. Which means there's a lot of people will be coming to you and asking for your direction. So you're moving into the space of the crone. And the last card is the Princess of Pentacles, which is to surround yourself with beauty, joy, and love. And it also it's a positive card where you can expect more abundance. Rather than money, I would go with abundance. And the image that I got yesterday of the clay model, it still came into my mind. So that is rather important for you, that you spend some time thinking about that, because it's very powerful. It's a very powerful image.
Positive for Life says, "LOL, true. I will ask about my gifts next time. It is funny, which is cool. I'm becoming more aware of the signs from my guides. Have a great Friday, ladies, and stay safe."
You too.
Tay says, "Thank you very much. I will keep that in mind. I have a hard time not overthinking things. It's becoming a nasty habit. I will try to find something."
Yeah, overthinking is the barrier actually to growth. And it really is, unfortunately.
Joy, Peace, and Love says, "Thank you both so very much." Jasmine Moore asks, "Will I leave my job anytime soon? Thank you."
I get a yes on that one too. I have a feeling that if you're careful about it, you can leave on good terms.
Nikuli Sabende says, "Thank you." Baby Maharaj says, "Thank you very much." Texas Honey asks, "Hi, please bless me with this answer. Will I find a suitable job in February?"
Okay, so that's a double answer. You will find a job in February. It's not the job you want. Your job you want is coming a little later. Take the job in February because it will help you find the job that is, as you say, suitable. Okay.
B. Erla asks, "Hello, dear Eliz-sha and Elle. and asks, my question today, is there any messages that Jeff wants to tell me at the moment? Thank you.
Any messages that Jack wants to tell her? Jeff. I think it's a really good one. He just wants to tell you that he loves you. Okay.
Texas Honey says, thank you. I resonate with that answer. It's time for me to be humble and accept all responsibility. Eagle Fisk says, thank you so much. Yes, I've been thinking about the clay and the queen you told me about yesterday, and I don't know what to think or what to do.
I think it's because you're supposed to be a shaman. And that it, because it's a very strong shaman energy. So start looking up. I'd Google shaman and what they're like. Not the South American shaman. You are not a South American shaman. If you're going to Google anything about shaman, make sure it's Northern Hemisphere, not Southern Hemisphere.
Since we have a bit of time and there's no new questions popping up anytime soon, I'm going to jump back to Power of the P. They ask, if you don't mind adding, what are his plans towards them? I'm going to assume her.
Okay, I'm not sure. You have to give me a bit more context.
Jeremy, or her, if the feelings between her and Jeremy are mutual or in her head.
Oh, okay.
And does he have a plan? I'm assuming to make a move on her. I'm assuming.
Subtle. You're subtle, dear.
No, I'm not. Come on. Nobody wants me around to be subtle.
That's true. All I can say is he's actually thinking about it more than he's actually done anything. What he does say is when he makes a play, you will know about it. Okay, so I take it he's not subtle either.
Who has time to be subtle? Come on. Just a reminder to the new and our old people. Again, today, since we don't have a rush of other questions coming, we do not mind jumping back and answering another question if you have one. We do have a bit of time, but usually it's one question per person per live stream. But again, we had the time and there was no new questions. So
we do a fair number of
live streams.
Yeah.
So Power of the P says, yay, thank you. Yes. AP asks, hi, may I please ask how M feels about me? We haven't spoken in months. Thank you.
M. I don't think they spend a lot of time thinking about you, honestly. It's because when I asked, there was just a little bit of what? Energy. I think when he walks away, he was done. But there's no animosity, there's no anger, there's just sort of, oh yeah, kind of, yeah, no, that's fine energy. So just don't hold your breath on that one. And I suspect you'll find that that you're glad that you haven't waited around. Okay. And I'm going on the assumption that it's a old boyfriend, but don't wait around.
Mellow Yellow asks or says, "Hello, I have one."
Hey, Mellow.
I'm sure you have more than one, but we'll take one. Jennifer Schwab says, "Thank you again for the beautiful insight from my angels. I hope you ladies have a wonderful day." B. Erla asks or says, "Sorry, thank you for that sweet message. Lots of love to you both." AP says, "Thank you so much. Makes sense. Thank you."
Thank you.
And well, we'll see if Mellow Yellow
Has a question.
Because as of right this second, that's it. There's nobody. So it's just a Jeopardy waiting game. And since
Mellow's usually right on top of it when she has a question.
yeah. Texas Honey asks another question.
Okay.
Since we're waiting, I recently, in the past 3 years, self-identified as an empath. I am HSP also since a child.
What's HSP? Can you tell us what HSP is?
And never knew what to do with my gift. How do I harness this energy the way I digest other energy?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not quite
I'm
quite following you.
I think they mean how do
you use it?
Basically.
So go to my Wisdom Seekers and go to my Wisdom Seekers page. We have a crap load of videos that tell you how to deal with these sort of things, these gifts. We have in February, we have a class coming up that will teach you about mediumship.
Okay. What she wants to know is how does she protect herself from other people's energy?
Oh, okay. Well, first of all,
HSP is highly sensitive person.
Oh, okay, cool. I think empath basically suggests that's the same thing. But I recommend, what do I recommend? To start out with, I recommend getting black stones. This is hematite. That's not the one, you don't really want it like that, but I mean that's a hematite. Obsidian. I do like moss agate. I find them very calming. I believe this is rose quartz. They're also very good for that. And the absolute bestest way of all is clear your blocks, because every block you've got is going to be hit when you're an empath, and it's going to smack you in the face. Other things to do would be to ground, be really grounded, and that's earth grounding is the best for you. And that's just visualizing roots into the ground, clear out your old energy, bring in fresh energy, and breathe. When you're caught up in a moment, just grab air like that, right down the center. We have a chi line right down the center of our body, and that the Band-Aid works. Breathing. Breathe in through your nose, let down to your belly so your belly gets big, then sigh it out like that 3 times as a general rule. And sometimes just go, like that, just huff it out.
We have in our backlog catalog when we started doing YouTube.
We have lots and lots of stuff. Yeah,
I believe 5-minute how-to videos, how to quickly ground, how to quickly.
We're going to redo those and put them on the website.
Yeah,
if Daryl's okay with that.
But we also
join the group. Join Elijah's Wisdom Seekers group.
The link is in the description.
And truthfully, though, Facebook will only allow me 1 in 15 people to
join
for some reason or other.
Because Facebook is fun.
Really fun. I mean, I don't know how many people try to join. I go to put them up. There's nothing there at all. And nobody else has added them. So try and join my Elijah's Wisdom Seekers group, because I put in a lot of information in there. Other people will put in a lot of information. There are a lot of powerful people in that group who know a lot, ask questions there. There's so much you can do, but the best one to do is to ask questions.
Mm-hmm. As well, join our page. We do a lot of live interactives when we're not on YouTube on the Wisdom Seekers Facebook page.
Like Wednesday, we had a meditation. Yeah. We have one every Wednesday at 5 Pacific time.
Or we have once a month an animal communicator.
Comes on and talks about that. We have we have how to raise spiritual children
once a month.
Usually on Mondays, but this month February is going to be Tuesday. And if you notice that I had to stop and figure it out, it's because since the day I could talk, I have Tuesdays and Thursdays mixed up. So if I say Thursday, generally I mean Tuesday.
But this time it's actually Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So we're getting more questions, and we have 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, it's kind of hard to choose which one's the best question, the most important question. So.
Well, Princess Nee asks, "Can I please get your insight into my future husband?"
You know what? Unless you're getting married in the next month, who you are is not going to be the same person as you are now. And so that person, your insight into your future husband will shift and change as you grow and mature. And I'm not putting you down, because that is everybody, including me, shifts and grows and matures. I don't like maturing too much, to be honest, because I'm already old, but c'est la gare, right? But we all shift and change, and we all grow, and spiritually we mature. So as you change and shift, who you attract will not be the same person that you are right now. If that makes any sense, I hope it does, because I know exactly what I mean.
Gem TG asks, "What is Young T thinking when I ask him to do a job for me, or a job reference?" Young T.
Oh, it's actually he was not up. He thought it was pretty cool, and he was pleased that you were getting out there and doing something. And I feel that he wants to give you a really good reference.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Schwab says, "Do you see us moving to the country or another city for the new home?"
I never thought of that. I always thought it would be closer to your family, your daughter, but I also can see that it would be a benefit for you to be out in the country.
And we'll end with Tay asking, "Is Haruka going to reincarnate soon?"
Haruka is a mouthy little bird. Basically, yes, and you better be ready for her or him.
So Princess Nee says, "Thanks, Eliz-sha," and Jen T says, "Thanks," and we're done.
Okay, and I think I'm going to let it go at that. And it's been a pleasure. We'll be back tomorrow, generally the same time. I'm not very good at waking up. So namaste, namaska.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy.